Hey guys, it's Kylie and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to show you guys like my everyday makeup routine. It's the look I'm wearing right now. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm able to accomplish this. I do this literally every day unless I'm going somewhere that's a special occasion or like an event or like a fun thing. But normally this is what I do literally every day if I do makeup, because sometimes your girl doesn't do makeup because she's lazy. So today I'm going to show you guys how I achieve this look, and I hope you guys like it. So when I'm doing makeup, I always start with my eyebrows. I know that some people like to like do all their face makeup first and then they'll do like their eyebrows and their eyeshadow, but I like to do it the reverse way. So I like to do my eyebrows first, then my face makeup, then my eyes. It's weird. But first I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown, and to do them I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills 7B brush. It's like this little tapered brush and it has a spoolie on the other end. So to start, I just kind of get a little bit on it. You have to be like really careful with this product because if you can definitely go overboard really easily. But I just get a little bit, and then first I will spoolie out my brows. And then I really lightly go in. So usually I start with the top part, so like right up here. I'll do like the line up there, and then I go all the way in here, and then I start shading from this part like more heavily, and then I start to fade it a little bit as I go towards the front. I'm gonna speed through this part because if you guys watch me do this whole thing, it'll take literally forever because my brows take like at least 10 to 15 minutes. But let me fill them in and then I'll tell you guys what I do next. Okay, now that I finished filling in my brows, then I'll take like any concealer that I have. So any concealer that you have will work fine. I'm just gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm gonna use shade Light Neutral. And then I have this Real Techniques accent brush, and I use this, and I don't ever carve out the top, I only carve out the bottom. So I'll just go right underneath here. Mainly I focus it right here to make sure that this is super sharp. And then I'll just put a little bit in my arch to make sure that that's cleaned up as well. Okay, so the bottom of my brows are now carved out, and then so once I've finished filling them in and carving them out, then I go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And I'm actually almost out of this because I love this stuff because I love the way like it makes the like front of your brow like stand up, the hairs. I love that look. So I just run a little bit of this through my brows. Okay, so now the brows are officially done. I like the way they turned out today. Sometimes I have good brow days, sometimes I have bad brow days. And on my bad brow days, I usually have to carve out the top because my hand was too shaky or something. But now I'm gonna move on to my face makeup. So I'm gonna start off with my foundation. Sometimes I'll put like, if I'm like going somewhere special or like somewhere where I need my makeup to last longer, I'll actually use this like primer thing that I got from Glam Glow. It's the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer. It's like super hydrating, and it has like kind of like little sparkles in it. It's because I have like super dry skin. So if I'm going like somewhere special, then I'll put this on, but I'm not really doing much today, so I'm not gonna put that on today. But normally for my foundation, I actually normally use the Born This Way by Too Faced, but this one's a little light for me right now, the shade, because I'm a little tan right now. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth foundation. It's for normal to dry skin, and I'm gonna use the shade 220 Natural Beige. And I just usually take a little bit of this on the back of my hand, which be careful because this foundation does not have a pump, which I really hate. I love when foundations have pumps because it's very easy to get too much on your hand when there's not a pump, and then you waste. But I will take just like that size amount on the back of my hand. I don't do it too much because I don't really like my foundation to look super cakey or anything. So then I'll just take a little bit on my finger, and I kind of just like do little dots all over my face. I focus a majority of it on my cheeks because I have a lot of redness and like bumps on the side of my cheeks. It's like just a part of my skin. Everybody in my family has like this like super bumpy skin right here, and then like on our legs and our arms. But yeah, so I'll just dot this everywhere till it's all gone off my hand. And then I have this Morphe beauty blender, well, beauty sponge. It's not technically the beauty blender, but I'll use like the bottom side of it, and then I'll just blend it all in. My makeup routine has definitely changed. When I was in high school, I used to like, well, not senior year mainly, but like sophomore, junior year, I was like really into makeup. So I would like wake up at like 5 something in the morning just so I could like do a full face, like the whole 9 yards, like tons of foundation, tons of concealer, brows painted on, eyeshadow galore. Like I did everything for school, and I don't know, I'm not really into that look anymore. I only really do that, like that much makeup, like eyeshadow and like eyelashes and eyeliner and all that if I'm like going somewhere special or whatever, stuff like that. But now I'm more into like the like natural, fresh faced kind of look. So I'm gonna finish blending this out, and then I will show you guys what I do next. Okay, so the foundation's on. Then I go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, same shade. And this concealer is awesome, but it's very, very full coverage, and if you put too much, you can go way overboard with it. So I'll just put a little bit on my under eyes, just like that amount. Same thing over here. And then a little bit on the forehead and a little bit on the chin. And then I take the other side of my beauty blender, like the more pointy side, because it's able to like get into the crease of my eyes better. And then I'll just start blending it out. I'll always start with the chin, and then the forehead. And then if I have any pimples, I'll put it on that too. Like I have a little bit of a blemish right there, so I'll cover that up a little bit. And just focus this more on the center of your forehead to like create highlights and contrast in your face. And then I'll go in with my under eyes and blend all that out. And while I'm blending out the bottom part, I have like really dark eyelids also, so I'll do this kind of thing, like blend, and then I'll take whatever's left on the beauty blender and kind of like just rub it on the top of my eyelid to cover the darkness on that side. I'd have to say that concealer is probably like my favorite makeup product because I have super dark and prominent under eye circles, so this stuff is like awesome for me. Even on like no makeup days, like I'll take a little bit of concealer on my finger and I'll like just barely like dab it under my eyes, like just the tiniest little bit, but it does like the world of difference to me because I'm like super self-conscious about my under eye circles, so I'm working on getting used to them, but I usually always, even on no makeup days, will put just a little bit of this concealer on there. Okay, so now my under eye concealer is all blended, so then I will take the Airspun loose face powder on this is a Real Techniques contour brush, but I feel like it's like perfect for the under eye because it gets like right under there. But I'll do a little bit of this and I'll just pat it under there instead of swiping, because I feel like if I swipe, it like takes off all the concealer underneath. So I'll just take a little bit and then just dab it under there. Same thing on the other side. And then I will put it on my eyelids as well to set that concealer so it doesn't crease too much. My concealer always creases no matter what brand I use because I have super dry under eyes. My concealer always creases no matter what, so there's no really getting around that. Even if I set it like right when I'm finished blending it, it still happens every time. And then I've been doing this new step. I mean, it's not new. I was using the Airspun powder to like set the rest of my face, but I've had this powder for like literally so many years. It's the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder, and this one is in 225 medium buff, and I feel like it just like, I don't know, I've been using it for like a week probably, and I put it on this Real Techniques buffing brush, so I'll just kind of like dab it in there like that, dust it off, and then I'll set everywhere else where I didn't put the Airspun. So I just won't put this under my eyes because I feel like it adds like a little extra something because it is slightly colored, and it's not a translucent powder. I feel like it just like, I don't know, maybe it's all in my head that it does something extra, but I've been liking it, so I've been doing that. Just put a little bit, and again, I just dab it. I don't ever like swipe it because I don't want to take off any of the makeup underneath. And I also make sure to set like the creases by my nose because I have super bad smile lines, so I always make sure to do that. Okay, so I'm done with powder now, and then normally I will move on to my bronzer. This is like my favorite part of doing my face makeup because like right now you can see I'm like super flat. So then I will go in with the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This is like the mini like travel size one, but seriously, like this has lasted me so long. I've had this for so long. This is definitely my favorite bronzer. So I will take this and I'll go in with either one of these brushes. This one is it's a Wet n Wild brush. I don't know what one it is. It's like a tapered one like this. There's not a number on it. Or I will go in with this Real Techniques Instapop face brush. I was normally using this one literally every day and I forgot I even had this one, but I've been using this one and like I've really been liking it. So I'll just dab it in there, dust it off, and then put it right underneath my cheekbone, like right there, just a little bit. And then I'll kind of like dab it also, instead of always just like swiping, I'll like kind of dab it in like that, and I feel like it like makes it look a little bit more natural and it like blends it in a little bit better. But I'll kind of carry it up a little bit on the sides of my temples as well, and then kind of brush it upwards to help blend it as well. And then I'll move on to the other side. I always feel like I sometimes put too much on because I feel like this light on this mirror like makes it look like it's like too much sometimes, but then like I go out in public like in the sun or something and it doesn't look bad at all. So I always kind of like over put it on and then it doesn't look bad when I'm out. And then I'll also carry it up onto my forehead, a little bit on the sides. I kind of put it all over the lining of my forehead, so around like my hairline I'll put it. And then I'm not really huge into like nose contouring or anything, so I'll just like put a little bit on the tip of the brush right here, and then I'll just kind of like drag it down the sides of my nose like that, because I kind of like it to look like my nose is like almost like a little bit sunburnt, if that makes sense. That's probably kind of weird, but whatever. And then I'll put it along my jawline, because I do not have a super prominent jawline whatsoever. Like my face shape, it kind of like runs into my neck. Like I don't have a distinct jawline whatsoever, and I literally can't stand it. So I try to make it look like I have one. Okay, bronzer is all done. Then I'm not really huge like into blush, but I do usually put on a little bit. I have this Too Faced Love Hangover blush. It's like this like mauve-y pinky kind of color. So I will take this brush by Real Techniques. It is the Instapop cheek brush, so it's actually just like that bronzer brush I just used, but smaller, and I feel like it works perfect for blush. It kind of like just gets in there really well. So I'll just kind of get a little bit and dust it off really good, because this blush is super pigmented, so you have to be super careful. But I'll kind of just put it right there, and again dabbing it on. And then usually to like tone it down a little bit, I'll take that same brush that I had that translucent powder on, and I'll kind of just like diffuse it a little bit so it doesn't look too harsh. And then for highlight, I will go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit. I got this for Christmas. I love it. It has 4 different colors. It has a this one is very pink, if you can kind of see it there. Here, I'll swatch them for you guys. This one is very pink. You can see it's almost like dual chromey a little bit. And then I have this one. Okay, so that first one was called Gumdrop, and then this one is called Starburst. It's also pink, but definitely not as pink. And then there is this color called Marshmallow. This one is very yellow toned, so I use that one like mixed with other ones. I never really use that one on its own. And then this one is called Butterscotch. This one's like a true like goldy sheen. That one's really pretty. So for today, I think I'm gonna go in with the Butterscotch shade. I normally will go in with the Starburst shade because I literally love like pinky-ish highlighters, but since I'm wearing red today, I think I'm gonna just go in with this like goldy color, and I will take this on a Morphe M510, and I'll just dab it on a little bit. And these are super pigmented, so I just like to go light. I don't like to have like a super like a stripe of highlighter, you know, so I'll just take a little bit on my cheekbones. You can see that. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on the camera, but I'll put a little bit, also drag it up to my temples a little bit, and then I'll do the other side. How do you guys feel about highlighters? Like, I know that some people have like their preferences, but I definitely like a more like, I wouldn't like go like say natural. It kind of just depends on the look, but like definitely more of a natural highlight. I don't like it to be like a stripe. So let me know what you guys prefer in the comments. Do you guys like a super blinding highlighter, or do you like something that's just like an inner glow kind of thing? And then I'll also put it down the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. Not too much on the tip of my nose because I feel like it looks funny if I have too much. And then I'll put like just the slightest little bit on both sides of my forehead, like above my eyebrows. And that's it for highlighter. So now that all my face makeup is finished, I will go in with some setting spray before I do my eyes because I don't want my mascara to like get wet and then get anywhere. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I'll just put a little bit. And then after I'm done spraying that, the little like water droplets like almost like stand up like on the little like baby hairs all over my face. So I'll take the end of my beauty blender and kind of just like pat it all in. So now I'm finished with all that, and I'm gonna move on to my eyes. So I'm not really a huge eyeshadow person. I used to be, and like I said, I would like wake up every day for school and do like a full-on like orange eye or full-on yellow eye or a bronze look. Like I used to do that all the time, but I'm not really into that anymore. I'm more into the natural kind of thing. So what I'll actually do is I'll take my Benefit Hoola because I feel like I just want like just like a tiny little bit of something. So yeah, I'll take the Hoola, and I will take it on any brush really, but I'm going to use, if I can find it, there it is, the Morphe M330. It's just like a small little tapered eyeshadow brush, and I will take a little bit of my bronzer on here and I'll dust it off, and I'll put this in the crease. Yeah, I feel like it just gives like a little bit of dimension and it's not so flat. I don't do this every day, but it kind of just depends like on the outfit I'm wearing, or if I'm kind of just like laying around the house and I won't normally do this. But I've been doing this a lot, especially for the summer. I feel like it looks really pretty. So I'll kind of just like, it doesn't need to be precise or anything. I kind of just like messily put it in my crease and blend it out. And then once I feel like I have the right color that I want, I will also put a little bit on like the outer part, like right here. I will just dab a little bit of it right here. And then once that is finished, I will then go back in with my glow kit, and I'll use I'll get whatever highlighter color I used on my cheekbones on my finger. So I'm going to take a little bit of Butterscotch, and then I just barely dab it like on the inner part of my lid, just the tiniest little bit, and I feel like it adds like just the right amount of sheen and glitter to it. And then I'll go back in with this and then just hit this to get rid of any glitter that got in the crease. And that's that for the eyeshadow. That's all I do every day. So I'm gonna do the other eye off of camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so both my eyes are done now, and I'm gonna do my mascara. So first I go in with an eyelash curler. This is just like a Revlon eyelash curler. Which, by the way, this is such a good eyelash curler. I think I got it like off of Amazon. It's like super dirty and like gross, but whatever. It still works, so I still use it. But I have my eyelashes will grow like downwards. That's how they grow. They don't stand up or whatsoever. So I have to curl them. Otherwise, it just doesn't work at all. So I'll curl them, and I probably curl them a little bit too much. I know that curling them can like cause damage to your eyelashes, but I mean, some of them fall out sometimes, which probably isn't very good, but I haven't really had a problem. So I curl them. I'll curl them at the base, so I'll grab them right at the base where they grow, and I'll do a couple like pumps, and then I will go towards the middle top area, and then I'll curl them again to get them to go like up like that, so they're just not like curled and then standing straight up from the base. So I will do that a couple times at the tip really quickly, so that I don't like super crease them, and so they don't look bad. And I'll just keep doing it till they're curled the way I like. Okay, that should be good. So after I do that, I then move on to mascara. And I have tried tons of different high-end mascaras, but I finally found the one that like really works for my eyelashes. So this is the L'Oreal Paris Waterproof Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. So if you have eyelashes that grow downwards and you can't get them to hold a curl whatsoever, you've tried everything, you've tried curling your eyelashes, nothing works, get a waterproof mascara. Waterproof mascara holds a curl so well. This curl that I have right here stays all day once I put this on. So I will just do a couple pumps, get the excess off the tip of it, and I will just kind of do it lightly and almost like shimmy it a little bit up my eyelashes, and I will make sure to coat them all. Even the little ones in the inner corner, make sure that you get those. So that's with about one coat. So while that is like kind of drying a little bit, I will go ahead and do the other side. So I will speed through this part so you don't have to watch me do the same thing over again. Okay, so now I have both sides finished with one coat each side. So now that I did this side, while I was doing this side kind of dried a little bit, so then I'll go in with a little bit more and do like half of another coat. I don't like completely coat them again, or just kind of like put a little extra to add a little bit more drama and volume to them. Just add a little bit and make sure to separate them. And then I'll go ahead and do the other side. Again, make sure that you try to separate them as best as you can, because clumpy eyelashes are not cute. And if you happen to bump your eyelid, honestly, I bump my eyelid all the time. Like, I just did it right over here. And because when I look at somebody, I have like hooded eyelids, so you won't see it. So I just leave it because I don't want to clean it, because then if you try to clean it, one, it's waterproof, it's not gonna come off very well, and two, then you take off the eyeshadow that you just did. So who cares? Nobody's gonna be able to see it anyways. So then to make sure that they're extra separated, I'll go in with like a little eyelash comb. This one is Real Techniques one. It's just a lash separator, they call it. So I'll just kind of go in and separate the ones that I feel like clumping together. So now we are done with mascara. Oh, no we're not. Okay, totally forgot to do the bottom lashes. Which, before I put mascara on my bottom lashes, I will usually take the end of this, like, this came in my Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, and I'll use like the back of the brush that came with it And I'll go in with my hula, just dab a little bit, and I'll drag it underneath the lower lash line just a little bit. Again, adding a little bit of dimension, just kind of running it under there a little bit. And don't put too much, otherwise it'll look darker than the top and then it won't look the best. So just make sure it looks blended as best you can. And then I will go in with bottom mascara. And make sure to be careful not to bump the bottom because this is waterproof. So then if you have to take it off, you're gonna take off the little bit of concealer underneath it and it'll just be a huge mess because trust me, I've done it multiple times. So that side's okay. And I only do one coat on each side because I don't want it to look like too much because they're just bottom eyelashes. So we'll just do a little bit. And then again, go back in with the lash separator and make sure that they're not clumpy. So now my makeup is all done. I don't really like lip colors. So I will just go in with a chapstick normally. If I'm going somewhere like special and I have like a full face, like eyelashes, eyeshadow, then I'll put a clear lip gloss on that I have from e.l.f. But since I didn't, I just did like a natural one today, I'm gonna go in with the Sun Balm Watermelon Lip Balm. These smell so good and they're made with like coconut oil, so it's like super like, I don't want to say runny, but like kind of like glossy, and it comes off really easily. I'll just rub that in, and that is the end of my makeup routine. So this is the end of my makeup routine. I hope you guys like it. I really like how it turned out today. I feel like it's super natural and girly and like dainty looking. I don't know, I'm probably weird, but I really like the way this makeup looks, and I feel like makes me feel really good, and I don't know, I just really like the way this look turns out, so I do it every day. But if you guys have any questions about anything that I did, or if you guys like want like in-depth of anything that I didn't really show you or that I like sped through, let me know in the comments. Of course, leave any video requests that you have for me. I'd love to make them for you guys. But this is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and of course leave me comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.